everyone, Amanda here from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk. Thanks for joining me today, and today I'm going to share with you a lovely origami style notebook. This is nothing new, it's been around a very long time. I've seen lots and lots and lots of versions of this done in notebooks, cards, you name it, and it's been done this principle. So I'm starting with 8 by 8 inches. And this is copier paper, doesn't have to be anything fancy, and I have cut 4. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half and then fold it in half again, trying to line those folds up as close as you can and as perfectly as you can, because it will make a difference if it's terribly wonky. A little tiny margin of error is fine, but you want it something like so. Take time and line that up nicely. And we're starting with a square. You can do this any size you like, okay? But because we're going to make a notebook, I've done 8 by 8 so that when it's folded up like so, we're ending up with 4 by 4. Just checking that I've got my thumbs right there. So what we're going to do now, we've got the opening parts here. Okay, open corners that aren't attached to anything. We've got the main fold line here, and then we've got the 2 fold lines. They want to be either side of you, with the point to the top with no attaching folds. And then you get a ruler, and you're just going to draw a very faint line from top to bottom. Now this is just a line guide to help you get the next process straight. So do it in pencil, then you can rub it out. And then take a shape. Now I'm using a thinlet from my Be Mine stitched framelets. These are very much still available. Beautiful, beautiful set. And it's my go-to set now for all my heart shapes. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, now you could take this to your die cutting machine and you could cut that out if you want to be really precise. Okay, I'm not overly worried. So what I'm going to do is I'm lining my framelit, the inside point there, along the line so that I know it's centered. Okay, let me zoom in ever so slightly so that I know it's centered, and then I'm making sure that this is centered with the point as well. But I'm lifting my framelit down ever so slightly so that we've got a small gap. Okay. And I'm just eyeballing that. I'm not really measuring it, but I'm trying to make sure I've got even at either side. Now if you don't have a thinlet, you can absolutely draw this freehand or make yourself a template. I'm just using these because I've got them. I find them very versatile and they're perfect. So I'm going to draw on the inside of my framelit there with my pencil, and that gets my heart shape. Okay, and then I'm going to cut that out. Now you want to replicate this for as many pages as you would like in your notebook. I have actually pre-done 4, so mine's just going to be a 4 one. Okay, so just bear in mind that if you're cutting by hand like I am, it's not going to be perfect. If you want perfection, go over and cut it on your die cutting machine, a page at a time, very carefully. Okay, I'm not madly concerned. Okay, so I'm just very carefully cutting that out. Okay, all right. And then what you do is you open it, so you've got your 2 folding parts there with where they're attached. You open it that way, and then you open it that way. Okay, and then you've got your folding going that way, so you turn it over and then you just fold it in the middle there. It's not going to line up perfect if you've cut it by hand, but you know, do your best. And then crease from the point of the heart outwards, so from the point of the heart outwards. And what that will do is, when you bring it together, okay, that fold has gone the opposite way of the other hearts, and you will be able to lift that in, okay, like so, and it will all fold flat like so. And that is your first page, and you replicate that 4 times. Okay, so here's some that I did earlier. And then what you do is, keeping the folds together, okay, and the points together, you glue them back to back. Okie doke. So, I'm using a little bit of glue. Make sure you use a good quality glue. If you use a cheap PVA glue, it will have a high water content. We're only using copier paper. If you use a high water content cheap PVA, it will make your paper wrinkle. This glue doesn't. Okay, let me just make sure I'm getting them the same way. So make sure you're gluing them on the same way. So for example, my heart opens there, but it doesn't open there because that's the fold. So make sure you're sticking them all on the same way. Okay, and line them up the best that you can. Okay, and then this is the last one. So there's my opening fold, and that's the joining fold that holds it all together. Okie dokie, like so. Alright, now what else I've done is I have cut 2 hearts from cardstock. I think this is Petal Pink, and I've used the same die that I drew around, okay, but it's slightly larger because when I drew around it I moved it down slightly. So these are just the perfect size. Now before I glue them on, I'm going to glue one on the front and one on the back. I'm just going to add a little bit of ribbon to the top there. So I'm using this lovely variegated ribbon again, and I'm just going to cut 2 lengths. I'm going to cut slightly more than I need. I'm not going to worry too much if my bow is a little bit on the long side. Okay. And then the easiest way to attach that is with tear tape. So I'm attaching some tear tape on the centre part of my heart there on the paper. Oh, it's gone ever so bright. I don't know if I zoom in slightly it might block out some of that sunlight. And then a little bit on the back. Okay, give that, and then just gently peel that off, and I can stick my ribbon. Make sure you've got it the right way around. One side's slightly lighter coloured than the other. I'm just going to stick that in there. I would like it kind of central, please. Let me just try again. Okay, doke. And then I can glue on my front page, or my front cover as you like. Okay, remember to leave the glue, not to glue all the way around the edge, because that is going to be slightly larger than your booklet. Okay, and add that on there like so. So that's the front. Just readjust it so that none of the note paper is showing, and then do the same on the back. I've got far too much ribbon there, but not to worry. I will either just leave it with lovely long tails, or I will trim it and I will use it somewhere else. It won't be wasted. So there I'm attaching the one at the back, and I'm going to attach my back cover the same. Again, just leaving a small gap all the way around so that we don't end up with an icky sticky mess. And I'm going to attach that on there like so. Okay, and then just eyeball it and move it about and make sure those two are kind of flush together like so, and then give it a nice press. Okay, okay. And then what you have, if I just quickly show you, and then we're going to decorate the front. It will open from the top, okay, and your first page will fold out like so. Okay, and then you will have another page that folds out like so, and each one will fold out into 4 hearts. Now you can write little messages on there. You could stamp on there if you're, if you do Bible journaling, you could write Bible quotes on there. Lots and lots of things you can do with these. They could hang. You can give them as a little gift. whatever you like. It's just something cute and pretty. So I'm going to decorate it now, and I have pre-made my elements to save time. So I've cut a piece of vellum and I've used the same shape again, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do very tiny, if I can get my glue running, if you do very tiny dots with the Tombow, once it's dry you can't see it. Okay, so I've got some lovely vellum there. Once that's dry you won't see that glue, and if you give it a press like that to spread it out you won't see it. Oh, I've got something stuck under there. Get that little bit of black. There we go. Okay. And then I have cut with a smaller one of the hearts. I've cut from some of the beautiful new Magnolia Lane DSP. As I say, these are now my go-to heart-shaped dies. They're awesome, they're beautiful. We've got stitched ones, we've got shaped ones. This one's got, it's got a scalloped edge. This one has a scalloped edge and then it's stitched as well. So I'm going to add some little dots of glue and try and remember what the layout was of this now, if I can remember. Aha, yes, I've just remembered. So I think I had my heart there. So I'm just having it offset like that. Okay. And I just need a little bit of glue on the point of my heart there, just to attach that to there. You can decorate these however you like. I just can't seem to put down the Magnolia Lane suite at the moment. I absolutely love it. And then I've got myself one of the lovely magnolia flowers that I fussy cut from the paper. I'm going to actually put that up on dimensionals. Like so. You may be able to see the dots of glue. Once it's dry you won't see them. You can cover bits up with embellishments, etc, etc. And if you can still see it when you've made it, then you know you could use the glue strategically underneath where you put in your embellishments. That's another way. I'm not too worried, it's just a little notebook. It's not the end of the world. I just want some really small mini glue dots for this. Here we go. And this sentiment has also come from the Good Morning Magnolia is the beautiful stamp set, which is this one, which coordinates with the beautiful Magnolia Lane DSP. And I've just I have heat embossed the word hello onto black cardstock using white embossing powder, and then I've actually fussy cut it out very, very carefully. Now I didn't do that on camera because you would have all died of boredom watching me cut it. I kind of cut and I like have my tongue sticking out and at the same time, or I'll be cutting and my jaw is moving up and down with the motion of my scissors. I don't know if anybody else does that or if it's just me. And we're going to just have that just there. Are we going to have it there or in the middle of my... I've not quite decided where. I think I'm just going to have it just... I don't know where to put this. I'll put it there. That'll be nice, won't it? There we go. That looks pretty. And then you can get this. Like I say, you could hang that. Lovely little... You could even hang it as a little gift tag for a gift. A little extra. So I'm going to tie this in a bow. And then our little notebook is complete. And it's a lovely, lovely little extra. Lovely little... craft fair idea, a swaps, if you send little racks to your crafty friends. Teacher, we're coming to half term next week where we live, so that would make a nice teacher gift. Let me try and have that bow so it doesn't look like something the cat threw up in the garden. So there we go, you get the general idea. I'll play with that bow off camera. But there you go, go and have some fun with that cute little origami heart-shaped notebook. Thanks for watching. See you soon.